Back at it again. You already know what time it is. So, autofocus is key when you're first starting out. If you're not truly trying to get in videos for the same reason I'm in them for, which is one day to become the biggest director and movie producer in the world. And a little bit of acting too. But let's step into it. And the reason why I told you to get you a camera with good autofocus, because you're just starting out. Excuse me. I'm telling you, I'm keeping this real. I'm like, everything in this video you see is real. I'm not even gonna do a little edit. I'm not even gonna like edit and jump cut these. I want this to be as real as it get and raw. So I'm just gonna only color grade these. But yeah, so let's tap into autofocus. The reason why I told you to get autofocus is because when you sit down, like I just did, you don't have to do what? Mess with the lens, mess with the camera. You can just turn on the camera. The autofocus will work outstandingly good, whether you have a Sony, Nikon, or Canon. Once it locks on, and most cameras can do this, is lock on to the subject. And you could literally do that by a lot of these by touching, holding on to the camera screen, as in like touching the screen and tapping on. A lot of these cameras are like the monitors are touch screen. If they're not, still, once you get it locks onto you, it's a wrap. And that's what you want. That's why I preferably say the 6400 Sony is a good way to go, because you don't want to be waiting or you don't want to do too much. If you have your list of content that you want to just start creating, I'm telling you right now that this is probably the best thing you could do, is get a camera with good autofocus and get a lens that has superb autofocus with that camera. Now that goes into the next subject, is making sure you're attaching a lens that has great autofocus to an autofocus camera that has great autofocus. Like those two go hand in hand. Get you a good tripod, a good lens with autofocus, and a good camera. Those are on that list that we just talked about earlier in the videos. The reason why I'm talking about autofocus, another reason is why I'm talking about it so much, is because this one thing. You're not a filmmaker. Don't try to get tedious with your work when it comes to this. Don't try to get like very meticulous like I do and everything. Look, we want you to get to the point where you can have a nice background. You can sit down and get to work. Pump out content. The reason why you need to pump out so much content is so you can fail to get better. Because as you're failing and learning, really that's what all of this is about, is just learning as you go. As you keep learning and you might fail here and there, the whole point is you're going to get to a point where you're going to get so good at creating backgrounds and frames and adjusting and everything that eventually you're going to be spitting out so much content that your content is going to get to the point of where people are thinking like, yo, who's shooting you? You have a videographer? What happened? Like what? And I see you like you're just going crazy. You took this course for a reason, and it's for me to level you up through this whole process. So, as a matter of fact, in this course, you can leave comments below in these videos. So comment below what you think about when it comes to you wanting to learn to the point of where you can do what? Shine and thrive with your camera, because you know how to do what? Talk in front of it the correct way, and also not have to worry about what? Autofocus. You're not a manual puller like I am, so just very much do not listen to the naysayers about, oh, this and that, manual this. You're not, look, you have a business to run. And this is why I'm telling you autofocus is key. So that's why I wanted to just point that out and really like take heed to that. Let's get into the next video, which I will be talking about what? Lighting. Yes. Let's get into it.